Judge, I think we're going to have an agreement to work services.
Great.
Yeah, I just don't throw monkey wrenches into things. I agree to stuff too sometimes.
Yeah, I kind of thought we already had your autograph on this one, so it's not a
Yeah.
shock, but
Yeah, well, I just wanted to, I've learned, Mr. Graff, that the day of the hearing, double check things. You never know.
better be safe than sorry. I agree,
Yes, sir.
counsel.
Hey, Brooks, do I need to move people back out of the breakout rooms?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Look, what do you do for the Yakuza? That's the straight level contract. All right.
I don't like my allergies.
That's all I can say was looking for thrills. They hit the shores looking for a good time.
Guess it's your coffee.
The company.
Okay, Mr. White, Miss Magil, we can hear everything you're saying. So you're on. Mr. White, okay. You did. You took your hat off. Good for you. All right. Let's go on to the department versus, I think it's Magil and White. This is a court-ordered services case. And if I can have announcements, please.
What words? What you want from the drop down?
Judge Eugene Graff and Sarah Gonzalez Williams on behalf of the department, present and ready to proceed.
Thank you.
T.D. Hammonds representing Haley McGill. We're ready to proceed, Judge.
Thank you.
Brooks Barfield representing the father, Mr. White. He's present, and we're present and ready and prepared to reach an agreement today, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of the children.
Thank you very much. If somebody just wants to state the agreement.
Sure, Your Honor, I can do that.
Yeah.
In this matter, the parents are agreeing to evidence-based family preservation services, and these include, let's see here, psychological evaluation for Ms. Magill, let's see here.
You got Lolita, bro. Shut up and write the pass. Come on. Look, just know that if you go in.
Hey, Haley, could y'all mute?
They did. They just muted it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Stay in touch with the caseworker, meet the children's basic needs, allow in-home visits, intake with Texas Panhandle Service for services, individual counseling, love and logic parenting class, family-centered treatment, father to engage with Workforce Solutions Panhandle to explore employment opportunities, work with family-centered treatment also through St. Francis, complete love and logic parenting class, also do an intake with Texas Panhandles for services, individual counseling through Recovery, and refer Angel Senna to care options for the kids in order to see whether or not Angel has any developmental needs or service requirements. I think that covers everything. If Ms. Williams could just make sure I didn't miss anything.
No, you've covered everything. Everything's correct.
Okay, thank you. And then, Your Honor, I'll just note for the record, we had indicated in a filing that the FPOS had been signed by the parents. That was a mistake. Ms. Williams plans to meet with the parents tonight and have them sign off. But my understanding is they are in agreement. I'll defer to counsel to work those services.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, my client did mention they do need the caseworker's phone number. So after we go off YouTube, if we could make sure they have that. They're currently staying at the Salvation Army and have some communication issues. If we could make sure they get that information, I'd certainly appreciate it.
Thank you. Mr. Hammonds, is that also your agreement?
It is our agreement, Judge, and if the caseworker can, I mean, I have no problem giving the caseworker my cell phone number over the YouTube, whatever. It's my business line, basically, but if the caseworker could text me with that information, her contact information, 806-236. I'd appreciate it.
Thank you. So Ms. Gonzalez Williams will take care of that with y'all. Ms. Zavala, are you also in agreement with the orders as stated?
I am, Your Honor.
Thank you. It's and looking at my docket, y'all have another hearing in this matter on February the 18th at 9 a.m. Does everybody have that docketed?
Yes.
Honor.
Anything further as far as this case is going?
I don't believe so, Your Honor.
No, Judge.
Yeah, thank you. And to the parents, let me commend you. It looks as though you are complying, and please listen to your attorneys and your caseworker, and wish you a lot of good luck. We'll go off the record.
Thank you,
Could I
Judge.
get that number real quick again?
Good morning,
Mr.
Judge
Hammond.
Eugene
Thank you.
Graff and Rashonda Archie on behalf of the department, present, ready to proceed.
Thank you.
Welcome.
William Taylor representing Vember. Jeffries, I am present. I've not actually had contact with my client before today, but she is also logged on, Your Honor.
Thank you. Maybe y'all can set up a meeting after this.
Thank you.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of the children.
Thank you very much. Mr. Graff.
Thank you, Your Honor. This is a TFF case. I understand from the petition affidavit signed by Ms. Archie that the mother is in agreement to completing services. I don't know if Mr. Taylor's been able to confirm that with his client. I guess we need to know that as a threshold matter.
I had also read that in the report, Your Honor, but had not had any means of contacting my client. Apparently, everybody had been out of pocket over the holidays, and all my efforts were, well, I didn't have any contact information. So I would need a moment to visit with my client to confirm that with her.
And I have no objection, Your Honor. I will note she did sign the FPOS that we filed. But by all means, if counsel needs to speak with his client, I have no objection.
Okay, Rachel, can you put them in a room, please?
Yes, who do we need to put in the room?
Ms. Jeffries and Mr. Taylor.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. I see that the mother and her attorney have returned. So, Mr. Taylor, is there anything you need to bring to the court today?
Yes, Your Honor. I have confirmed with my client, Vember Jeffries, that she has signed off on the service plan, and she is in agreement, and we can announce agreed orders today.
By reading what I have presented to me, it looks as though the mother's cooperating and working her services. Is that correct, Mr. Graff?
That is correct, yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's my understanding as well, Judge.
Okay, so this case is going well. So hopefully, Ms. Jeffries won't have to be involved too much longer. Ms. Jeffries, do you have anything you want the court to know?
No, ma'am.
Okay, well, thank you very much for being cooperative. Anything else before the court today besides the fact that we're just going to continue this to allow the mother to work her services?
No, we wish the mother well, Your Honor. She's gotten off to a good start, and we expect that to continue.
Good.
Nothing further from me, Your Honor.
Okay. And then, Mr. Taylor, you got the mother's information so you can keep in contact with your client?
Yes, I did get her. I had her address. I did get her phone number and her email.
Good. Thank you. Okay, there is a compliance hearing in this matter set for February the 18th, also at 9 o'clock. And so everybody has that on their dockets, I assume. So if we don't have anything further, Ms. Zavala, did you have anything to add as the ad item?
No, Your Honor, I do think the agreement is in the children's best interest.
Okay. Thank y'all very much. We have a little bit of a break. Some cases got dropped off. We'll be back at 10:15. So everybody has a little 30-minute break here. Thank you. We'll go off the record.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
2024, if I could have announcements.
Morning, Your Honor. Eugene Graff and Katrina Sledge on behalf of the department, present, ready to proceed.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Brooks Barfield, this is Sosa, correct?
Yes.
Representing Cheyenne Sosa, ready to proceed.
Okay. Ms. Sosa is present. I see her on the screen.
Okay.
Okay.
Your Honor, Stacy Zavala for the children.
Thank you. Mr. Garfield. I'm sorry, Mr. Graff.
Thank you, Your Honor. And this matter is on for a compliance review. The matter had previously been extended into, I believe, April. So if we could have Ms. Sledge give the court an update as to Mom's current status and progress, that would be great.
Okay, are y'all okay with her just giving the progress?
Absolutely.
Okay, Ms. Sledge, please proceed.
Hello. So Cheyenne is doing great. She is currently at Shepherd's Inn. Last hearing, judge did approve for her daughter Alice to join her. So Alice is now with her at Shepherd's Inn. She continues to grow in independent living, receiving working through her sobriety, and continue to support, so that she can be more independent and live on her own. She's been negative on drug testing. Alice is enrolled in daycare and she's doing really good adjusting. There are some issues sometimes with dropping off, but I think that's normal for any kid that's new to that environment, but she's doing well. The kids are doing great, and that's kind of where we are. Cheyenne has talked a little bit about, of course, she misses family. She misses, her kids are kind of spread out. We have Mordecai that's with his dad in Ohio. We have Leo that's here in Amarillo with his dad. And then she has Alice in her care with her. So she talks a little bit about missing family. She is far, her mother, her siblings here. And we've talked about it. One of the programs that Judge Baker recommended was that she possibly do the Haven. And initially, that's not something she wanted to do. And she actually chose Shepherd's Inn and went on her own down there. And now that she's kind of far away from family, she wants to come back here. But there are no openings right now at the Haven for mothers and children. They do have a house coming open in January, but in talking to Ms. Davis over at the Haven, that house is almost full. So I'm not even sure if in January that would open for her, because that house is already almost at full capacity. So in talking to Cheyenne, we want to assure to set her up for success and coming back and being able to stand on her own and not so much having to depend or go back to those triggers, because I've been able to identify some of those triggers that she experienced here. So that's been our biggest thing, is trying to find somewhere for her to go if she were to come back home to this area.
Great, thank you. Anyone else, Mr. Graff?
No, Your Honor. Thank you, State Res.
Thank you. Mr. Barfield, anything from you, sir?
No, I don't think I have anything to add. I think my client's doing well, so I don't really have anything else to add.
Okay. So Ms. Sosa, do you have anything? I know you're out of town and don't get to see your attorney that much. Do you have anything to add to what Ms. Sledge has said?
I do hope that here in the near future, however soon or how long I have to wait, when going back home, that I try to get myself set up in my own place instead of doing the program there, because like the Haven, even if it had a spot available, you can't work for 8 months. And I already went a whole entire year not working. It provides a lot of, the program provides a lot of like church resources and programs and a little bit of recovery programs, which I already know how to utilize when I go back home with meetings outside of being in a sober living program. And I would just really like to get on my feet and feel more independent, getting a real job and working and continuing, going to meetings. I really like meetings, and utilizing the resources I have in Amarillo, like daily recovery and stuff like that, to stay sober.
Good. It sounds like you are trying to formulate a plan. So let's just make sure that you're very solid in it before you come back. Okay. So
Yes,
are you
ma'am.
okay with staying? There's a hearing set for February the 18th at 9 o'clock. And so are you fine staying where you are at this point?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Y'all can discuss it, and that'll give you more time to look into other resources along with Ms. Sledge. So very proud of you. It looks like you've done a great job, and give Alice a big old hug from us, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor?
Yes.
Your Honor, I just have one issue to address. And I spoke with Ms. Sledge about this yesterday, and I was able to visit with Ms. Sosa before. When I spoke with Mordecai, there was just some confusion as to when those visits and phone calls are occurring. It would be really important to him. He really wants to visit with Mom, and I know that Mom really wants to visit with him. So it sounds to me like if we can pin down a specific day and time for those visits, it sounds like Wednesday afternoons, all the way from noon until about 9 are kind of open. But I think sometimes when some of those visits got canceled, maybe the information didn't get down to Mordecai. And so if Mom could just text or call him on his phone if she's not able to do that. I think that communication is really important to both of them. And if we could have that scheduled, I think that'll just help everything.
So do you want to just leave it broad for Wednesday afternoons, or do you want a specific time?
I know that Mom is working. I know she's got lots of things she's doing. So I think kind of leaving that big window open. And if I understand correctly, she's got Mordecai's direct phone. So I think as long as it's in between there, if it gets after 9 and there is a time change between Ohio, so that'd be 8 o'clock our time, that gets much harder on him. So, but that gives her a big window for those visits.
Okay, so Ms. Sosa, basically what Ms. Zavala is asking is that if you get tied up, if you would at least text him so that doesn't think that you forgot about him, that day.
Yes, ma'am.
Make sure that you have some sort of contact with him on Wednesday afternoons. That sound good?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Thank you, Ms. Zavala. Anything else from anyone?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. And you're doing great, Ms. Sosa. Thank you very much. And I wish you a lot of good luck. Y'all have a good holidays. Thank you. All right, we'll go off the record.
Morning, Judge Eugene Graff and Nadia Jeter on behalf of the department, and we are present and ready to proceed.
Thank you.
Jerry Morales on behalf of respondent mother Lisa Boyel. She, I believe, was announced present. I don't see her, but
she's on there right now. She's trying to log in right now.
Okay.
I guess it's my turn, Judge. That was my client, Bobby Renault. My name is Vince
Yes.
Noack. We're both present and ready.
Thank you.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of Harley.
Thank you very much. And do we have Mom on finally?
No, Judge, she's not in the waiting room.
Okay.
I'll watch for her.
Thank you, Rachel. Okay. Mr. Graff.
Thank you, Your Honor. With the court and the party's permission, if Ms. Jeter can just give the parties an update in the court as to the parents' compliance and progress. I know Mother in particular is fully compliant, so even though she's not here, there will be a good report on her behalf.
Thank you. Ms. Jeter.
Good morning, ma'am. The family has been complying with CPS services. Lisa has done 2 drug screens. Bobby has also completed 2 drug screens for the month of October and November. Both of Lisa's drug screens have been negative thus far. Bobby's drug screen, the first drug screen, we knew was going to be positive. However, during the course of the case, he was able to decrease his use. So the first part of the case, we were working with him on accepting that he has an issue and starting to work with him. So he was able to decrease his issues. Lisa was able to do rational behavior training and therapy. She was given numerous paperwork so that we can get Harley into therapy, and she's completed all the paperwork. Harley starts therapy in January. He's going to start an equine therapy with 7 stars, and he will also start seeing a pediatric specialist at Family-Based Services in January, and that's just due to lack of staffing. Both parties have been very compliant with CPS during the home visits. The only thing we have to address is Bobby's positive drug screens. That's the only issues that we're really having is his substance use.
And if I may, it's my understanding that he's in the process or has an appointment signed up for his evaluation. That just hasn't happened yet.
Yes, I'm sorry about that. So Bobby is being seen by TPC. He goes to Texas. He goes to the Panhandle. He is being seen for his mental health. He is being medicated for his schizophrenia, and he has been compliant with his medication regimen for his schizophrenia. He is being seen by mental health by a therapist, by mental health also. So when it comes to, and also when it comes to dropping off Harley in the morning, that was one of the issues that the school reported. He has been very compliant. So Harley actually gets to school early now. He gets there at 7:15 in the morning. He eats breakfast there, and we are working on, both parents have been working on behavioral changes with Harley.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Great. Thank you. Mr. Nowak, anything from you, sir?
Briefly, Your Honor, thank you so much. Nadia, first of all, thanks for always taking my phone calls and providing me with excellent information. I just want to make sure that Bobby knows that you are his first phone call when he has any issues. And Bobby, you know that, so nod your head up and down.
Yes.
I'm your second phone call. And Bobby, I want you to know everyone on the screen wants you to win. We lose this case, it's going to be on you. So if you run into issues, you call Nadia, then you call me.
That's what I do.
Okay, that's fine, Bobby. Judge, I guess they weren't many questions, just my typical statement, but thank you for letting me make it.
Oh, yes, thank you. Mr. Morales, anything from you, sir?
Just briefly, Your Honor, I'm assuming that Ms. Boyel has maybe some technical issues because she is
Lisa.
She's always in very good contact.
So I know that I did speak to Lisa not even 10 minutes ago, literally right before it started.
She's there.
She's right here. She's right here. Look, she's right here.
It keeps disconnecting me. It keeps shutting me off.
Okay, I figured it was. I figured it was a connection type thing.
Yeah.
Okay. And also, I'd like to point out that Lisa does have her mental health intake today. So she has been compliant with her mental health intake, and that happens today. She just had to wait for that appointment. So she has, as far as moving along with her services, she has completed all of those. So she has been compliant with us, and I see her literally on a weekly basis.
Thank you, Ms. Jeter. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. She maintains good contact with me. She's doing what she needs to do as far as, completing her services quickly, but also, sincerely and trying to learn from everything. And so she's doing a great job. I've not had to lead her much. She's leading the way herself. And so that's been, a nice change on compared to some cases. So it's nice that she's taking that leadership role and she's doing what she needs to do. And so I just continue to do that, Lisa, and I'm sure everything's going to be perfectly fine.
Thank you.
Thank you. So Miss Lala, anything from you? I'm sorry.
Yes, Your Honor, I got to visit with Harley at school, and he was excited about school. The reports from school were really good in terms of attendance, tardiness. Those have not been issues. They talked about both parents being involved. Harley was super excited to get back to art class. And it seems like they've got some things in place at school to kind of help him. I mean, he is still impulsive and has some of those issues, but everybody's working on that. So I thought it was a great visit and a great report from school.
Good. Good. So we're still just working on getting the drug issues resolved, and this case looks like it's going on a definite positive realm. So everybody's agreeable to keep the case open. Is that correct?
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
Yes, Judge.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So there'll be a I'm sorry. Okay. There'll be a compliance hearing set for February the 18th at 9 a.m. And hopefully at that time, this will be about ready to be dismissed, we hope. So anything else today?
Oh, man.
No, ma'am.
Okay. To the parents, sounds like you're doing great. Sounds like you got your kid first and getting your life back together. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Very, very, got really good lawyers. Listen to them. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Thank y'all very much. We'll go off the record. Mr. Graff, good to see you.
You too, Judge. If I don't see you, have a great Christmas holiday and New Year's, and I'll see you when I see you.
That's right. I don't think we're together on Thursday, so we're good. Have a good
All right.
one.
You take
All
care.
right.
Thanks.
Hey,
Thank
Gene,
y'all.
don't chime out yet, Gene. Bobby, you call me. I'm your second call if you have any issues. Nadia's your first. And Judge, this is my last hearing with this court today. So after I make a brief comment to Gene, if it's okay, and if I have the permission, I will leave the virtual courtroom.
You most certainly may. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge. Hey, Gene, we've got a hearing at 1:45 tomorrow on placement of the oldest child. I
Yes.
think the department's recommending placement. I'm the ad litem. I'm going to recommend as well. I've got a funeral at 2:00 that I'm speaking at. It's actually the son of one of our neighbors.
Oh, no.
So if Judge Graham slow rolls the docket, I'll be there. If not, I'll have a written recommendation filed today.
All right, Vince, thanks for the update. I appreciate that.
Thanks, Sean. And thanks to the judge and Rachel for letting me have this conversation.
Sure.
Right. And
All
Bobby,
right.
Bobby, you're free to go, my friend.
All right. Thank you, man.
Yes, sir. Call
I'll
me
keep
when
updated
you.
Merry
with you.
Christmas.
You're still my lawyer, right?
Of course.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'll give you a call here later on. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. You have a great day.
All right. Can I hang up now?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you all.
You're welcome. Bye now.
Miss Katie, can you put me in the waiting room?
So, Ms. Zavala, I have done homework, and it sounds like you are a county employee or a state employee, and you do this.
I'm a county employee. The Potter County created the position about 2.5 years ago.
It's very interesting to me. I've always thought that was a great idea.
Well,
So-
Randall County has had that set up for years and years, and it's worked really well. And so all of the Potter County kids, or the vast majority are mine. I've got a few conflicts, but
Right. I bet you stay busy.
well, we generally run about 300. They come and go and they vary as to who they are, but we have a pretty steady docket of 300 kids.
Right.
So,
Right. Do you get to do a little bit of traveling? Do you go travel to see some of them, or now do you just do Zoom?
I try to, anybody within like 2.5 hours, we've got several RTCs, one in Levelland, one in Lubbock. I'll go out and see anybody in person in that way. Zooms have been incredibly helpful because we've got tons of kids that are in the Houston area.
Yeah. Who doesn't, right?
Yeah, yeah. It makes such a difference when you can see faces on screen rather than just a phone call. It just really, really helps. And then occasionally I can see some of the further out ones when I'm traveling,
Yeah. Well, if you ever come over here, give me a buzz. We'll go.
Okay. That'd be great.
That'd be good. Would be good. Well, I just think it's a cool plan. I've always thought it would be so economically smart for counties and good for kids to have the consistency. So that's great.
There are sometimes when I'm Zooming with kids in an RTC and I've just got a lineup. I've just got 4 or 5 kids that they just cycle them in.
Yeah, that's sort of sad though, really, but
but it gives you a real kind of clear picture of the whole dynamic of a placement, when you've got several kids there and you're hearing reports from them,
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So it's interesting. So
that's great. I bet you save the county a ton of money.
I haven't run the numbers. I hope I do, but
Well, obviously, if Randall County's been doing it forever, they've got it figured out. So that's good. All right, let's see. We're just about, we don't have our yeah, we do. Got our county attorney back. Okay, so we don't have a mom or a attorney? Or were you?
Mom has an attorney. Mom's attorney sent a signature agreeing to this order for today, the hearing. The dads, the alleged dad and the presumed dad, neither one have an attorney in this case.
Let's see. Yeah, this is the one with the presumed dad. There's no way he's the dad, right? You're just having to test the alleged
Yes,
dad.
ma'am. And I'll ask Shay on that. Have you sent that 1702 form back?
It was hanging out in my drafts. I apologize. I thought I sent it over.
Okay.
It was hanging out in my drafts. It just didn't get sent.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, if you'll send that over, and we need to,
Yes, sir.
remind Terry, this is one we haven't, his DNA results on file from the last case.
Good.
Hoping we'll be able to use that, but they're going to check with the AG, see if they can.
See if they'll let you do it.
Yes,
on the alleged dad or the presumed?
on the presumed.
Oh, good. That would save you a hassle. They might
Yes.
do it for you.
Yeah, I think they said since it was, I think February was the last test we did on him. They still had him on file, but as long as we get this done, maybe they'll still have him on file.
Okay. Save a hassle. I'm sure he's not a happy camper if you bugging him.
No, I don't think he is.
Okay. Well, it's 10:46, and I do not have the plans in front of me. Were the plans signed?
The ones I have seen were not, unless Shay has gotten them signed since then.
No, I have not been able to contact any of the parents.
Okay. So this is sort of shooting in the blind. All right.
Yes.
Then are y'all ready to go on the record?
Yes, ma'am, whatever you are doing.
Okay, let's go on the record if I can have announcements.
Daniel Trial for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. Shay Cairns is my permanency specialist. We're present ready.
Stacy Zabala on behalf of the child.
And it's my understanding that the mother's attorney has signed the order, but has chosen not to appear today, and that the mother is not out in the waiting room. So,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Trout.
Shay Cairns will be my witness today, Your Honor.
Okay. I'll get you to raise your right hand, please.
Ms. Cairns, you're the caseworker on this case, correct?
I am.
Have you had any contact with mom or either one of the dads?
I have not.
When was your last contact with them?
I haven't had any contact this case with them at all.
Did you draft family plans of service?
I have.
And have those family plans been filed with the court?
Yes, sir.
Have you attempted to get up with parents to try to go over the reports or the family plans of service with them?
I have.
And have been unable to, do their phone numbers not work that you have, or are they just not calling you back?
I don't have an active phone number for any of them. I tried to go by mom's last residence with her mom, and she's no longer there. I've tried homeless shelters. I've tried Facebook. She's not really answering on any of those. And then dads, I don't have any contact either. I've done the same with them as well.
Have you checked the jails with the dads? Do we know?
I have not this week, no.
Okay. But weeks prior, you've checked jails and have not been able to find them?
Yes, I check them, monthly.
Did, you said you went by mom's last address, which was with maternal grandmother, correct?
Yes.
Were you able to speak to maternal grandmother?
I was not.
Okay. So you're not sure if she knows where she is either?
No, I mean, she didn't talk to her the last time around, so.
Okay. Are you asking the court today to approve the family plans of service and to make those an order of the court?
Yes, please.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor. Oh, excuse me. How's the child doing?
She's doing great.
Okay. And child's placed with siblings?
Yes.
And are they bonding and doing well?
Oh, yes, they're doing very well.
And are you also asking the court to continue the department as temporary managing conservator of the child?
Yes, sir.
And that's in the best interest of the child?
It is.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Ms. Zavala?
Your Honor, I have no questions. The child is doing very well in this placement, and the placement has the older brothers, also has contact with extended family, and it's just a really good situation.
Great. It appears to me that obviously there's other children in care, and I guess they're in a different status as to timelines with their CPS cases. Is that the case?
So the brothers have been adopted by this family.
Oh, they're already adopted. Okay. I couldn't tell by the notes. Okay. So great. Thank you very much. I don't have anything further. I will make the plans that have been filed an order of this court today. I do find that the department has made all reasonable efforts pursuant to the statutes and set a, let me get over here, initial permanency hearing for March the 25th at 9 a.m. Anything further today? Okay.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Thank y'all very much. Shortest status hearing in the history of the world. We'll go off the record. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shay. And Jay,
Thank
if you make sure you get that order sent if you.
Yes, I'll make sure it gets over there. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
So Rachel, on this next one, for some reason I raised my hand. The notes from the judge talk about that we need to set a hearing on a modification that's been filed.
Yes, Judge, I am waiting to hear back on, they had filed some objections to referring or to Judge Baker hearing the final on that and some answers filed at the beginning. One of the attorneys has waived that, but I'm waiting to hear back from Mr. Wilson because he's just been hired onto this case. So we'll have to make sure he's good with her hearing it before we can actually set the hearing.
Okay.
And we're going to be doing a mediation as well.
Okay,
So
I saw that.
Is
Is that set or?
It's not set. We were waiting. Laura had suggested a couple of mediators. We just need to get with Mr. Wilson to make sure he agrees to.
Okay.
The
I'm
mediator.
gonna let y'all all talk to Mr. Wilson when he shows up.
We can do that.
That would be good.
And Rachel, just from our standpoint, I'm on on the mediators, I'm good with whatever attorney mediator y'all want to appoint on there.
Okay. And Mr. Wilson is here, so let me go ahead and let him in. He might have his client with them. Usually he does.
Do y'all want to talk about the procedural part of this? And I'll just let y'all do that first so we get that out of the way.
That's fine, Your Honor.
Do we need to wait for Ms. Kopp to be logged in before we start talking?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. I don't have her just yet.
Okay.
So just a few more minutes, hopefully.
So, Rachel, no matter what, procedurally by law today, we have to set a final, no matter what y'all agree on the other stuff. So we do need to set that too. Even if it's a dummy setting.
Okay, well, we have a review set for this on March 25th. We could just change that to the final if they're going to mediate.
Okay.
That will work.
That'd be great. Everybody should have that on their calendar.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks. I'm going to step away and let y'all visit for a second. Run to the girls' room. Okay. Mr. Trout, where are we?
We're good to go, Your Honor. We're ready to start.
Okay. Is it Coop or Cop? Miss Coop?
It's Cop.
Cop. Can you have your client take his hat off? We're in court, please.
Sorry, Judge.
Fine. Let's go on the record. Announcements, please.
Daniel Trout for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. Haven Doucette, my permanency specialist. We're present ready.
Thank you.
Jomar Wilson for the mother, Paulina Drowski. We're both present and ready.
Thank you.
Laura Kopp for the father. We're both present and ready.
Thank you.
Stacy Zavala for the boys.
Okay. Got a full house. Mr. Trout.
Haven Doucette been my witness today, Your Honor.
Thank you. If I get you to raise your right hand, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Doucette, just to start out, how are the children doing?
They're doing very well.
Okay. And they are still placed with the father?
Yes.
Any concerns there?
No.
And we'll start with father. How is father doing with his services and what he needs to be doing?
He's doing very well. He stays in contact with me and does everything that I ask him to.
Okay. And father in this case was non-offending, but agreed to let the children stay in care and to be placed with him, correct?
Yes.
What services does he still need to finish?
He has completed all of his services that were asked of him.
Okay. Are you asking the court anything in regards to father today?
No.
Okay. As to mother, how is mother doing?
She's doing very well. She's completed the parenting classes and her individual counseling and her OSAR.
Okay. What else does mom need to complete at this time?
She's completed all of the services asked.
Okay. And are you asking the court anything today in regards to mother?
No.
Visitations are going well?
Yes, we've increased the in-person visitations to an hour and 30 minutes, and then she has 1 30-minute phone call with the boys during the week.
Okay. And when were those increased?
Last week.
Okay.
So they'll start today.
Okay. Do you have any concerns or anything you need to let the court know about today?
The only concern is Miss Paulina is 15 to 20 minutes late to every visit.
Okay, so and are visitations are they still supervised?
Yes.
And who are they being supervised by?
A family support worker, Destiny Perryman.
Okay. And if mom's late, is she getting any time on the backside of those to finish those, or is still sticking with the time frame?
It still sticks within the time frame.
Okay. So the request today would be that just the court to kind of admonish mom to try to be prompt on her visitations to get as much time with her kids as she can.
Yes, sir.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Let's see, Mr. Wilson.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Jett, and obviously we take seriously what you're saying about her showing up on time. She needs to do that. Does the department see any problem with sometime over the Christmas holidays, her maybe getting a little bit of extra time with the kids or some extra phone calls with the kids? Is that something that's workable since they're placed with dad?
Yes.
Would that be something you would think would be okay and good for the kids as long as it was within reason?
Yes, I think they would be very excited to do that.
Okay. I'll pass the witness.
Ms. Scott?
Ms. Doucette, this case started because of mother's drug use. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you stated that she completed an OSAR evaluation. That's correct, right?
Yes.
And that OSAR evaluation is based off of self-reporting, correct?
Yes.
And she was deemed not eligible for services?
Yes.
Even though this case started because of her fentanyl use?
Yes.
Has, to your knowledge, she completed any sort of rehabilitation?
She is in an outpatient at a methadone clinic.
Okay. And are you in communication with that methadone clinic?
Yes.
And do you know what she is doing through that methadone clinic?
I know she goes daily and gets prescribed methadone, and then she sees an individual counselor there, and they do random UAs on her.
And so her treatment is basically therapy and taking a substitute narcotic.
Yes.
Pass the witness.
Ms. Zavala?
Ms. Doucette, have the boys continuously expressed that they very much love both of their parents?
Yes.
And that they'd like to spend as much time with each of them as possible?
Yes, ma'am.
And so the big concern with mom had been transference of any drugs, in terms of the fentanyl or the meth. But what you've received now are clean drug screens? Oh. Did I freeze or did everybody else?
She did.
I think Ms. Doucette first.
Yes, they did me.
I'm sorry, you cut off just a little bit. Can you respond again?
Yes, sorry. Her UAs will come back positive for methadone, but then I call and can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I don't know what happened. They'll test positive for methadone, and then I will verify them with the clinic, and then they will be changed to negative.
And right now, St. Francis is trying to determine some additional visit times over the holidays.
Yes.
Okay, I pass the witness.
Thank you. Mr. Trout, any other witnesses?
No other witnesses, just one brief question for Ms. Doucette.
Sure.
Ms. Doucette, you're asking today that the children continue in the temporary managing conservatorship department.
Yes.
That's in the best interest of the children.
Yes, sir.
Court's wanting to order a mediation. We're completely on board with doing a mediation and trying to get this worked out before a final.
Yes.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor. No further questions.
Anyone else have any other questions of Ms. Doucette?
Judge, just briefly, Ms.
Sure.
Doucette, with regard to the OSAR evaluation, I just want to be clear. That was what the plan was and what y'all wanted her to do was to do the OSAR evaluation, correct?
Yes.
And then she is doing what the OSAR evaluation said she needed to do.
Yes.
Okay. Pass the witness.
Ms. Cobb, anything?
Nothing for this witness.
Thank you. Any other witnesses, Mr. Trout?
No other witnesses, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Wilson, any witnesses?
No, not this time, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Cobb, any witnesses?
I'll call Mr. Pedraza.
Hey, sir, if you'd raise your right hand. You may proceed.
Mr. Pedraza, have you had opportunity to be around the mother of your children recently?
Yes.
And how often has that been?
Maybe a couple times since all this started.
And what have you noticed about her when you have been near her during those times?
He's going to have to speak up or come closer.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just a little sick. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I just, I mean, I noticed that she's a little high sometimes.
And what makes you think she's high sometimes?
I mean, we share time, you know, we live together. So
How does she act?
Well, her voice, you know, I can tell by her voice.
And what is her voice like that makes you believe that she's high?
Like a little slow, you know, like just like she can talk very well.
And is that something that you would witness when the two of you were together?
Yes.
And does that cause you concern for her having unsupervised time with your children? Are you asking that even if she gets extra time at Christmas, that it not be unsupervised? Sorry, let me rephrase. Are you asking that any additional time she be supervised?
No.
You think she can be unsupervised with the kids?
I think so.
What would you like to see happen to ensure that she's not using when she has the children, though?
I'm sorry, can you repeat?
Sorry. What would you like to see happen to ensure that she's not using narcotics if she is unsupervised with the children?
Just need to, you know, I need to know that she's not using.
Would you like to have the opportunity to end a visit if you think she is high?
Yes.
And what concerns do you have about the fact that she is showing up late to visits with the children?
All this time I thought it was because the methadone make her sleepy and sometimes she falls asleep. And then
And does that concern you for the safety of your children?
yeah.
Pass the witness.
Mr. Trout, any questions?
I have no questions of this witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Wilson?
Mr. Pedraza, are you present during these supervised visitations?
Sorry, can you repeat the question, Jomar? I think we froze a little bit.
Okay, Mr. Pedraza, are you present when Ms. Dabrowski visits her kids?
When?
When she gets her supervised visitations, you're not present, are you?
No, only for a little bit. Then I leave.
I'll pass the witness.
Ms. Zavala?
I have no questions.
Thank you. Anything further, Ms. Carp?
No, Judge.
Okay. Any other witnesses?
No, Judge.
Thank you. Ms. Zavala, any witnesses?
No witnesses, Your Honor.
Anything from you as the ad litem?
No, Your Honor. I do think it would be great to have more holiday visits. I know that would be really important for the boys, but I also do know it's hard on them when she's late to the visit. So that is really important that be addressed.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. I think that's everything. Anybody? So y'all are working on a date. I'm sorry.
Sorry, may I ask Ms. Doucette, call Ms. Doucette real quick and just ask her one more question?
Of course.
Ms. Doucette, in the report, I think mom's last drug screen in the report was on October 30th. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Have you sent her in the month of November? Did you send her in the month of November?
Off of the top of my head, I don't believe she was sent in the month of November, but I haven't sent her in December yet either, so I could send her today if needed.
Okay, and that was gonna be my question. Would you like to request from the court that we have mom drug screen for us today?
Yes.
Nothing further, Your Honor. We would just ask that the mom drug screen today by 4.
Thank you. Anyone else have any questions of Ms. Doucette? If you do, jump in. Okay. All right. And then as to dates and mediation, have y'all reached agreements on that for your hearing?
We haven't as far as to the date of the mediation, Your Honor. I believe we spoke about which mediator we would like to have appointed to it.
So y'all have agreed to a mediator?
Yes, ma'am.
And who is that?
Chris Rempelmeyer.
Okay. And then the date for the modification hearing, has that been resolved yet?
Judge, I'm just asking that it be heard at the same time as the final and everything be done together.
Oh, okay. Now is that
it's all going to be the same issues?
Right. So, but let me ask Rachel, how long do you have that hearing set?
You mean lengthwise, Judge?
Yes.
Well, I can allow for as much time as they need if I know for sure that Judge Baker is going to be the one hearing it. Mr. Wilson was going to speak with his client regarding the objection. He wasn't aware of it. And he's going to let me know as soon as he talks to her and waives the objection, or if we need to set with the referring court.
Okay. So, Mr. Wilson, can you do that in a timely manner so that Rachel can clear her calendar? Because I would assume if y'all don't have if the mediation doesn't work, you'll need at least half a day.
Yes, ma'am. I will have an answer to that before my client leaves my office today, and I will let Rachel know. And then I think a half day is probably a realistic view.
Okay. So as of right now, what we're doing is we're setting the final in the CPS case and in the modification request, unless the objection goes forward, for the 25th of March at 9 a.m. That everybody agrees? Okay. And the mediation will be held prior to that, hopefully as soon as possible, so that y'all know which direction this is going. Anything else that we need to take care of today, since this is the initial permanency hearing?
No, Your Honor, just the request for the drug screen today and the continuing the temporary managing conservatorship of the department.
Okay, I will order that the mother drug screen today. What's the latest that they can go? 5 o'clock?
4 p.m., Your Honor.
4 p.m. Okay, by 4 p.m. she's on notice on the record, so that is ordered. I am requesting the mother to, of course, be on time, and I'm going to assume that all of y'all can work out the Christmas visitation. If you can't, I'm sure you'll be back in front of Judge Baker, but sounds like y'all increased it, so hopefully you can do that without any further ado. Let me remind the parents that you are to work your service plan. Sounds like y'all have done that. Basically with the mother at this time, if you fall off the wagon, please remember that your rights could be restricted or terminated. So please stay on the path that you're on. And I do find that reasonable efforts have been made and that the parties are agreeing basically to leave this case in the CPS world at the moment, even though I think y'all could make some argument of it. Sounds like y'all have all agreed to this needs to be worked out one way or the other. So we'll leave it in that. So the second permanency and the final are set. Anything else today?
Only that mom needs to be on time for her appointments in her visitations.
Yeah, I stated that.
Yeah.
I do expect that.
Yep.
All right. Thank y'all very much. Good luck. And we'll go off the record.
Judge, could I have Jomar in a breakout room?
Sure you can.
Thank you.
That's Rachel's world, not mine.
You guys can go back into room 2.
Okay, thank you. I'll be real quick, Jomar, if I can figure out how to get there.
Oh, there we go.
Oh no.
Laura, it should be down at your bottom right of your screen. You should see a join breakout room.
I don't think I have that option.
You don't have a bar down at the bottom. That says
I do, but it doesn't have join breakout room. Oh, there it is.
Judge, just a quick question. Are those pictures of other judges behind you?
Those are actually spy prints that are antiques. My parents, my mother collected them, and a couple of them are. I believe that's Freud. And let's see, they're like statesmen and stuff.
Okay, I was like, judges got judges.
There's a couple. Yeah, I don't like judges that much. Don't worry about that. They're a motley crew. So, but yeah, they're an interesting thing to collect. FM. Those are all siblings in this case. If I could, we do have a court reporter now. So if I could have announcements from each one of the attorneys, please.
Daniel Trial for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. Christina Hunter is my permanency specialist. We're present, ready, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Haley Sapien on behalf of Mom Adriana Medina. My client is present and we're ready.
Thank you.
Gary Morales on behalf of Unknown Father. Your Honor, I was recently appointed. I will do a thorough internet search for him, but as of now, I have nothing to report. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, I'm Tate Eldridge. I'm in and I represent Richard Lopez, and we're both present. Ready?
Thank you.
Casey Zavala for all the children.
Maureen Lucero, on behalf of the father, Nicholas Martinez, father of Your Honor, present and ready. Mr. Martinez is currently incarcerated.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think that covers everybody.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Trout surprised me with a great agreement.
So in these, Your Honor, we've agreed that in 970 of them, Ella we will place her back with mom this weekend. Give them a few weeks to get acclimated with. Ezra is already home, with mom and give them a little time to get acclimated with those two children back in the home. Then increase visitation for Alina in 9A. Increase visits with 8 hours unsupervised and then a Christmas visit. I believe they just asked that the visit be on Christmas Eve. And then, children to keep seeing therapists and doing what they're doing. My understanding, mom does not have a valid driver's license at this time, so we need to make sure mom's not transporting the children and that maternal grandmother stays in the house to still help supervise.
So the child in the 8-7 case, is that child already in the home?
Yes, ma'am. Ezra got placed back, I believe, a few weeks ago. Yeah.
Okay, so you're have a monitored return on that child, and you're going to have one on the child in the 9-7 case.
Yes, ma'am. It won't be a monitored return at this point. Just be a placement. Just
Well,
placement.
I like the way you redo the law. That's pretty cool. So we're calling it a visit with mom. Is that what we're calling it?
It's just the placement with mom at this time. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Then I'll leave it alone. I'll leave that for Judge Baker to figure that one out. Okay, so they're visiting. All right. Okay, so if I could go around, let me just ask y'all, that would be easy. How about, I'm just going to do this. I've got all these attorneys on here. If there is anything you want to add to this that you're not in agreement with, as is stated, then please raise your hand and I'll call on you and we can deal with that. Okay, Mr. Eldridge.
So Mr. Lopez is getting visits on Fridays. His question was, what will his visits be now that Ella's going home? Will it be the same? Or how will that work?
I don't know. Is somebody going to transport, or is he, because I mean, the mother doesn't have a driver's license, so you've got an issue to figure out there.
There is I believe maternal grandmother is helping with the transportation.
I have a question. Would we be able just to do like what we were doing when we were like, he was getting her every other weekend? Like,
yeah,
where we were doing
fine
that?
with me.
But like my mom take her or him pick her up. I think he has a license.
I have a driver's license.
So Richard is the non-defending parent in this case, one of the non-defending parents in this case. However, the one thing that I would say that we would need to ensure is that Richard is staying with her the entire time. Just because his girlfriend that is living in does have a prior CPS case that she was RTB'd on, so we cannot approve her as a supervising party.
Okay, so Mr. Lopez, you're going to have to get with the caseworker here and basically agree that if you're going to have this child, it's going to be in your care all the time.
That's fine. Yes, ma'am.
Your girlfriend cannot be by herself with this child.
Yes, ma'am. Understandable.
Okay. And you're telling me that here on the record today in front of all these people.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Ms. Hunter, if you'll figure that out with him, I don't have a problem with it. Does anybody else? He's non-offending. Just
as long as my caseworkers and them are good with that, Your Honor, I'm good with it.
Mr. Lopez and Miss Medina do co-parent very well with each other, so they stay in communication with each other constantly. So I have full faith that they'll be able to follow the stipulations and ensure that the visitation is occurring.
Okay. So is that basically his standard visitation that he had prior to?
Yeah,
Yes.
it was.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Eldridge. Does any other attorney have anything to bring it forward? Ms. Zavala, I'm going to let you have the last word then. I'm going to assume you're in agreement with this, but tell me if there's anything I need to be concerned about.
I am in agreement on this. I was able to visit with Ezra in the home. Mom was at work, but I visited with grandma and got to see him in the home. He was doing better than I've seen him the entirety of this case. Now that was before Thanksgiving, but I think everything went well. So I do think this is a situation where we can have the kids in the home and be working with the family in the home. And I had spoken with Ella. I know that that's what she wants. We talked about having a different time frame, and it was kind of hard on her to know that brother was home and she wasn't. So I think this is a workable solution in their best interest.
Thank you. We do, according to the statute, need to set a final hearing today. You can, as we've done previously, we can just set the April date as a final also, or we need to set one, however you want to do that, Mr. Trout.
I think I'm good with the April date being the final at this time, Your Honor.
Okay, y'all already should have this on your calendars. April the 1st, 2025 at 9 a.m. is the second permanency. So now we are going to also turn that into the final hearing.
And Judge, I know we announced the agreement. Do you want an update real quick on everybody? I know that it's kind of.
I think there's enough attorneys in this that everybody's in check. I think we're good. And I'm not Judge Baker, so it'd fall on deaf ears. So we're good.
Yes, ma'am. And I know that in the report, it was requested that mom drug screen today. Also, has she drug screened since? Or are we still needing that, Ms. Hunter?
I have not sent her for the new month of December as of yet, but she did submit for me in November as requested. So, honestly, I don't feel like it needs to be court ordered. Mom is always willing to go whenever I send her. So I'll continue to do so.
Okay, sounds very good. Let me remind the parents that you are to continue to work your service plans. If you do not, your rights could be restricted or terminated. I do find that reasonable efforts have been made to return the children, and we're sort of doing a quasi here, but I still see that the department needs to remain in this case. Anything further today?
Don't believe anything further.
Yeah. Thank y'all for working it out. Have a good one. We'll go off the record.
Thank you. Thank you, Christine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and then
So, Mr. Trout,
Judge,
we
I know
have
Mr. Jackson wanted to speak to me real quick. When he comes in and gets connected, if you could let him and I speak real quick.
Well, I don't know. It is Joel Jackson, so
I mean, I don't want to talk about him while he's on here, but he loves it.
it doesn't bother me at all.
He
I
loves
know
a good breakout
I know
room.
him from 20 years ago, so yeah. Sure. It must be him trying to connect. Or if I could have announcements.
Daniel Trial for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. Jalissa Bird is my permanency specialist. We're present ready. And Your Honor, I'd go ahead and make a motion to go off of YouTube on this, just as an update and to protect the privacy of the child. I would ask to do that.
Thank you. Rachel. Okay, so I've got Mr. Albee waiting for Mr. Barfield now. He's trying to get back on.
Where are you coming to us from, Your Honor?
I'm in Wichita Falls. I'm a retired CPC judge.
You get quite a bit of wind down there too.
We do. There's nothing between us, like y'all, nothing between us and the North Pole but a barbed wire fence. So
I just went to my first criminal docket call there last week, and the courtrooms are small and the criminals are many.
yes, and we have a prison here, and so it really adds to it.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got everybody here. It looks like this is a permanency review before final order after a removal from a monitor return. If I could have announcements, please.
Todd, excuse me, Todd Albee on behalf of the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. I'm present and ready to proceed, Your Honor. We have Cassie Coppick with St. Francis to be giving us an update.
Thank you.
William Taylor representing Pedro Perez. He is present. He's the father of the child, Brianna.
Thank you.
Stacy Grant present on behalf of Lorella Crowell, the mother in this matter, Your Honor. I have recently lost contact with my client, but I am ready to proceed on a permanency review.
Thank you.
Brooks Barfield ad litem for the children present.
Thank you very much. Mr. Albee. I'm sorry.
Shelby Stashy with CASA.
Okay. I'm not used to CASA. I'm used to Potter today. Sorry about that. Okay. Mr. Albee.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would call Miss Cassie Coppick. These children are currently placed with their grandmother.
Yes.
And they've been there for about 6 weeks now. Is that right?
Yes.
prior to that, they had been returned home on a monitored return to their mother, Lori Kroll.
Yes.
Miss Kroll has had some issues not wanting to complete all of her services and then staying in contact with you and other members of St. Francis Ministers.
Well, she completed her services when we returned the kids to her, but since we were on the monitor return, she kind of didn't comply with us. And then when we removed the children, we have not had contact with her. That day was the last time I had contact with her.
So you've not had any contact with Miss Kroll for about 6 weeks?
Correct.
And you don't know where she's living. You don't know how who she's living with or what her environment is.
I don't. Her mother still has the rent house for her, but she's not staying there.
And you have reached out to her on numerous times since the children were removed from her to attempt to reestablish contact.
Yes, I went to the house a few times, and then the phone, it goes directly to voicemail, and the voicemail's full.
In the meantime, Brianna's doing well in her current placement.
Yes.
And she's comfortable at her grandmother's house. She enjoys the school that she's attending. She's very active in extracurricular activities there. She does not want to leave.
Correct.
And her father, Mr. Pedro Perez, is aware of that. He's in contact with Brianna, and he's in agreement, as far as you know, with leaving Brianna in the grandmother's home.
Yes.
Cash Kroll is the father to Cameron. It's my understanding he's recently reached out to you and asked to begin working services.
Yes, he did say that he wanted to work services again. I had asked him to drug screen the week, I guess it was last week. He didn't go, and I did give him the link for court today, but he didn't. It looks like he didn't log in. So,
but prior to that last communication with him, he had not been cooperative with St. Francis Ministries or the department.
Correct.
He has not worked services that we've asked him to for some time now.
Correct.
And we don't know if he's clean and sober and what environment he's living in.
I've been to the house. I mean, I know the environment of the house, but I don't know if he's using drugs or alcohol.
Would you agree with me then that it would be unsafe to return either of these children to Lori Kroll's care?
Yes.
And it would be contrary to their general welfare?
Yes.
And that it would be unsafe to return Cameron to Mr. Kroll's care?
Yes.
And be contrary to Cameron's general welfare to do so?
Yes.
And with the agreement of Mr. Perez, it would be contrary to the general welfare of Brianna to return her to him at this time?
Yes.
Are you asking then that we continue, the department as temporary managing conservator, we continue to offer services for Lori and to Cash Kroll to see if they want to make efforts to have the children returned to them?
Yes.
Just for the record, Lori had another baby about the same time we did this re-removal.
She had it in July of this year.
And that child is also in the custody of the department.
Yes.
She's not working services for that case either.
No.
Thank you, Ms. Koffick. I'll pass the witness, Cheryl.
Okay. Mr. Taylor, any questions?
Just a few, Your Honor. Mr. Perez has been a non-offending, what you call a non-offending parent throughout this case. Is that correct?
Yes.
And his child, Brian, is the oldest What is she, 14 now or 15?
She's 15.
15. And throughout this case, Mr. Prez's attitude has basically been he has a place for her and wants her to come if that's what she wants, but he understands that she wants to stay where she's at to finish high school with her friends and in an environment that she's familiar with. Is that correct?
Yes.
And these girls have been with their grandmother previously.
Yes.
And Brianna and Mr. Prez, her father, have a good relationship, and she's been to visit him.
Yes.
Okay. And he remains ready to take her if that's what she wants.
Yes.
Okay. Anything to add with regard to Mr. Prez?
No, I mean, he's been cooperative. Bree went and saw him for Thanksgiving, and as far as I know, they had a good visit.
Thank you, Cassie. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Ms. Grant.
Cassie, do any of the parents in this case currently pay child support?
I believe so. I think it's redirected to the grandmas. Lori doesn't, but the fathers do.
Okay. And if we're able to locate Lori and get her back on track, what assessments or evaluations would you like to see her do if and when contact resumes with the department?
Well, due to the suspecting of her using drugs, I would say she needed another OSAR evaluation and to follow any recommendations of that, and then go back into counseling. And maybe if she didn't qualify for services for OSAR, then some kind of outpatient or like AA program.
Okay, so you do have a plan should she resume contact to get her back on track, because she's already completed services, but we're going to need those new assessments, correct?
Yes.
And do you have any information as to where you have tried to locate her in the last 6 weeks?
I just have the address that she was living at and a phone number. I've, been in contact with the grandma, and she really hasn't talked to her either. It's been very limited contact.
Okay, so no new phone numbers or addresses you could provide to me where I could start looking as well?
No, I don't have any other phone numbers or addresses.
Thank you. Pass the witness, Judge.
Thank you. Ms. Zavala, anything? No, it's not Ms. Zavala.
That's Mr. Barfield.
Mr. Barfield, I'm so used to Ms. Zavala.
I understand.
Yes,
well,
sir.
She's much nicer to talk to than I am. Anyway.
You're a little better looking.
Ma'am, when is, if you know off the top of your head, when is the dismissal date for this particular case?
I believe it's April 7th.
Okay. So, in regards to this particular case, at this point, Mr. Perez is basically voluntarily allowing Bree to stay, and that's because that's what she wants to do, and he's done nothing. If mom doesn't start working services and Cash doesn't start working services at some point, are we looking at permanent placement with grandma?
I think that would be our only choice there with that if they don't.
Okay. And I'm sure we have a review coming. Do you think at this point the children are in an environment that's in their best interests?
Yes.
Okay. And is your position that they remain there as well?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And for the record, that would be my recommendation to the court as well, Your Honor, for today.
Thank you. Okay. Mr. Albee, any other witnesses?
I have no other witness, Your Honor. I'll rest.
Okay. Mr. Taylor, any witnesses?
No, Your Honor, I think
Ms. Grant.
Thanks. I think my client's position is clear, and I have no other witnesses, so I'll rest also.
Thank you. Ms. Grant, any witnesses?
No witnesses, Your Honor. I would just request that the court enter into an order today that upon reestablishing communication with my client, that a new service for a new OSAR would be ordered. I believe we have to have all new services court ordered under the rule, and with an April date approaching, it would help me if that's already court ordered, so that when I do find Miss Crowell, I can get her immediately into that service and immediately back on track.
Yeah. So Mr. Albee, if you would just place a paragraph in your order stating that, please.
Yes, ma'am.
And then Mr. Barfield, witnesses.
I have no witnesses, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm not here to school on you, but let's all remember, when you're removed from a monitored return, there is no extension. This is it. You have a drop dead April 7th deadline. So all I have here is a final hearing set for March the 25th at 9 a.m. I would recommend that if anybody needs to have anything else heard, then you'll just need to set that prior to that hearing. The way this sounds like it's going, I don't know that you need another hearing unless something comes up. And Mr. Perez, thank you for understanding that a teenager wants to be with their friends and their grandma, and I'm glad that y'all get to spend a lot of time together. Thank you, sir. Anything from anybody else today?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, and grandma has talked to whoever and is eligible for funds from the state?
She's aware, Your Honor.
Okay. Has she been given all that information though, Ms. Keppel?
We have talked to her about like PCA and stuff like that, but she's not licensed yet. She has been working with St. Francis to get licensed, but I'm not exactly sure where she is in that process because she's been working on it for a long time, so she's still not licensed.
Well, since you can't extend this out, somebody needs to sit down with her and get it done completely before that April 7th deadline, or she loses out on those funds. So I would highly recommend, and Mr. Barfield, maybe you can light a fire under her for that, because that is some funding that she could probably use.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Casa, did you have anything? I'm sorry to leave you out.
I don't have anything additional to add. The girls are doing really well in their placement with grandma, doing good in school, and both very involved in activities.
Good. And you might help with grandma too and see if she needs it, because she really needs to get off high center on that funding if she wants it. Because we can't go beyond the April 7th deadline. So,
we'll talk to her as well.
Thank you so much. Okay, anything else today?
No.
I find that the department has done reasonable efforts in this case. In fact, they've gone above and beyond and did a monitored return. So the children will remain in the temporary conservatorship of the department at this time. Thank y'all very much. Have a nice late lunch.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. I believe this is my last one for the day. So with your permission, I'll sign off.
Daniel Trout
Thank
for the
you,
Texas
Mr. Taylor.
Department
Have a
of
good-
Family and Protective Services. We're present ready, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Ken Aranjo for the mother, Desiree Casillas. I'm present and ready. Miss Casillas is not present, and I have not had contact with her since September.
Thank you.
Jerry Morales for respondent father, Christopher Morphus. Your Honor, I've had off and on contact with him. It's been very sporadic, but recently he did actually come into my office last week, which was a bit of a surprise to me. He's been in and out of the jail, both Potter Randall and somewhere in Arkansas, I think. That being said, I did give him the hearing link, and I fully had anticipated him in participating, but I don't see him on, so I'm not sure where he's at.
Thank you.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of the child.
Thank you very much. And before we proceed, I do not have access to the district clerk's files. It's my understanding that the father has been adjudicated to be the biological father. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, and has that document been filed?
It has, Your Honor, and the actually, I believe one of the exhibits has where he was adjudicated.
Okay. I guess I missed that. All right. Thank you very much. Then, Mr. Trout.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Your Honor. I call Ismar Pineda-Parada.
I am.
And how are you familiar with this case?
I was the investigator assigned to this case.
How did the department become involved with this child?
We received a report regarding concerns that Miss Casillas and her baby Eloisa were both positive for methamphetamines at the birth/delivery of her.
And once you receive a case in your intake, what are your first steps?
We gather history, we run checks, and then we go out and speak to the family.
And who was in the intake? Who was the mother of the baby?
Desiree Casillas.
And did you run reports on her?
Yes.
And does mom have, or prior to this case, did mom have any prior CPS history?
She did.
Okay. How did she have an open regular case, or was it FBSS case? What type of case did she had?
The case was for a removal of her other child due to methamphetamines use. She did not complete her services in that case, and I believe her rights were terminated to that child.
And were you able to go meet with mother?
I was.
Okay. And where did you meet with the mother?
At the hospital.
During that meeting, did you find out who father was, or the alleged father at that time?
Yes.
And who was that?
Christopher Morphus.
Okay. Was he present during these meetings at the hospital also?
Yes.
Okay. Did you discuss, when you met with mother and father, did you discuss the allegations with them at the time?
I did.
And what was their response to that?
Ms. Casillas did admit to methamphetamines use. Initially, she did say that it was a month ago that she had used. When I had asked her again, she did admit that it was a lot closer to that. I believe it was a week prior. When I spoke to Mr. Morphus, he denied any drug usage, but did admit that he was aware of Mrs. Casillas' past usage, but did not know that she was currently using.
Okay. Did you discuss with them or with dad whether he believed he was the dad, or did he want paternity testing?
At the time, he did not know whether or not he was the father and did request for paternity testing to be done.
Okay. What were your next steps after that? What else came from that conversation with parents at the hospital?
At that time, I did ask if they would be willing to drug screen for the department. Ms. Casillas agreed, or was in agreement to drug screen, but Mr. Morphus was not. He didn't feel like there was a reason for him to drug screen.
Okay. Did he state why he didn't feel there was a reason?
Not necessarily. I believe he just said he did not feel like he had a reason to.
Okay. Did he state whether if he did a paternity test and was found to be the father, was he willing to work services? Did y'all discuss that at all?
Yes, I believe he said that if he was the father, he was willing to be involved, but if he wasn't, he did not want to take responsibility for a child that's not his.
What steps did you go through at the time to try to prevent the removal? Did y'all try to work on any type of supervisory party or any other steps to prevent the removal?
At the time, we did not feel that a safety plan or our family-based safety services program would have been appropriate for this case, just due to the prior history and the fact that she had not completed her services in the prior case.
Did mom talk to you about any of her prior criminal history or where she had been recently?
Yes.
And what was that?
I believe she had told me that she had been in jail for a possession charge.
Do you remember how recent that was prior to the child being born?
Give me 1 second and I can see. It looks like she had admitted that she was in jail 6 months, for 6 months for possession of a controlled substance and was released October 27th, 2023, according to her.
Your Honor, I would ask to admit, I sent out exhibits number 8, 9, 10, and 11. Those are certified copies of an indictment, a judgment, a motion to proceed, and a judgment revoking the community supervision related to the case that mom admitted to.
Any objections?
Your Honor, I would object to exhibit number 10, the motion to proceed. Although it's a certified copy, it still contains hearsay statements in it, specifically the allegations of why they're proceeding with the motion to proceed.
Thank you. Any other objections?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. I agree with counsel and would grant all of it, would allow all of them to be placed as an exhibit except for 10.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Terada, did you receive the exhibits that we just admitted?
I did.
Okay. And can you look at exhibit number 11 for me?
Yes.
And on exhibit number 11, about halfway down the first page, it states degree of offense. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay. And what was that degree of offense at the time?
It states felony, state jail felony.
And the plea on the motion to revoke, now we didn't admit the motion to revoke, but what does it state the plea to that was? It's right beside what you just read.
Oh, sorry. It states true.
Okay. And then a couple of lines down states punishment in place of confinement. What was that?
It states 6 months state jail division, TDCJ, and remaining balance of fines and fees.
Okay. And kind of at the top, it says date of sentence imposed. Can you tell me what that date was?
Um, 8/9/2023.
And so mom had stated to you that she got out on October 27th. So this plea took place about 2 months prior to that, correct?
Right.
Okay. Did mom state if she used once she got out of jail?
Yes.
Okay. And this child was born on December 1st of 2023?
Correct.
Okay. So due to that timeline, within a little over a month of being out of jail, mom had gone back to using.
Correct.
Did you believe, due to the conversations you had with mom and dad, that it was in the best interest of the child based on the current drug use for the child to be removed and placed into care?
I did.
And that was the best option for that child at the time?
Yes.
Did the child remain in the hospital?
Yes.
And why was the child in the hospital?
I believe the child was in NICU for a short while.
Okay. Were there, during your investigation, were there concerns of withdrawals? Why did the child end up in NICU? Do you know?
I know that initially there were some concerns of the child was positive for syphilis, and there were some concerns that the symptoms that she was displaying could mimic symptoms of withdrawal symptoms. So I know that was a concern, and she was in the NICU for a short while because of that.
Okay. Did the child receive treatment for that?
Yes.
Where was the child placed once removed? You remember?
I believe the child was placed in a foster placement here in Amarillo.
Okay. Was the child placed, was it any family in the home? Was it a kinship or?
It was a foster placement, I believe.
Okay. Do you know at the time, was the child placed with brother from the prior CPS case? Do you know, was that child in the home?
I do not recall.
Did you have meetings with the parents after removal?
Yes.
Okay. Who did you meet with first?
I believe I met with Miss Casillas first.
Okay. And did you give her paperwork and notify her that the removal had been ordered?
Yes.
And what was Ms. Casillas' response to that?
She understood the reason why it was happening.
Okay. Did she give you any family at that time that she had won't considered?
She did not. I believe her statement to me was that she would rather her baby be in foster care than with her family. And the reason for that is that she feels like if her baby was placed with family, they would nag her more and eventually cause her to use again.
Did you have conversations with Dad?
I did.
Okay. And what was his response to the removal?
Initially, it was a little difficult to get a hold of Mr. Morphus. I did get a hold of him. I believe it was the day before the adversary hearing. And he was also understanding as to why the removal was happening.
Okay. Where were parents living at that time? Do you recall?
I believe they were living with the paternal grandmother.
Okay. And were they both there, or had Dad moved out?
Miss Casillas had told me that Mr. Morphus had moved out, but when I did speak to Mr. Morphus finally, it was at the paternal grandmother's residence.
Did he state that he was staying in a hotel room at that time, though?
Yes.
Okay. So at that time, his parents were not able to be placement for the child. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And that was it only due to parents living with them, or was there issues with paternal grandparents?
It was a concern that they were living there, and I believe there was also a concern for the physical health of the paternal grandmother, if I remember correctly.
Okay. But after your investigating, after the adversary, you were no longer on the case. Is that correct?
Correct.
But with all that during your investigation that you learned and discussed with the parents, you do believe it was best interest of the child to remove?
I do. I did.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay. Let me see who's here. Sorry, I don't have all y'all memorized. Then Ms. Naranja.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Tirado, how consistent was Ms. Casillas in keeping in contact with you?
I would say she was consistent.
And was she willing to work services from what you understood?
Yes.
I'll pass the witness.
Mr. Morales.
Ms. Pineda-Tirado, I believe you stated that Mr. Morphus said he was unaware of any recent drug use by mother when you addressed the reason for removal. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did mother make any admission of Mr. Morphus supplying her with any drugs or methamphetamine specifically?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay. So as far as we're aware, essentially he is still non-offending.
There were some concerns with the stability that Mr. Morphus might not have been able to provide a stable home for the child.
I understand that he might not have provided a stable home, but as far as the actual grounds for removal in this particular case, is he considered non-offending on according to the department?
I believe there was no allegations against Mr. Morphus in the investigation.
And then the affidavit and request for appointment of counsel that he has to fill out in order to get court-appointed counsel, does that usually go through you?
Yes, I'm the one that usually gives them the form to fill out.
And Mr. Morphus did in fact fill one out in this case, correct?
Yes.
And in that form, he requested placement with Zachary and Kim Picard, his biological brother and sister-in-law. Is that correct?
I don't recall.
If he did, do you recall taking any action whatsoever to look into those parties?
I do not recall.
Okay. Typically, if somebody does provide you a name in this form, would it typically be your procedure to look into these people?
That is something that sometimes investigations can do. Also, St. Francis would be taking over the case, so they would also be looking into that as well.
Okay, so it just kind of depends on when it's received and where you're at in the stage of the case on whether or not you're going to pass it on to St. Francis or you're going to take on the responsibility yourself.
Correct.
Okay. And you just don't recall on that one whether or not you did for this particular case?
I don't recall, no.
Okay. Now I'll pass the witness.
Ms. Zavala?
I have no questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. May this witness be excused?
I have no objection, Your Honor.
No objection.
No objection.
No objection.
Thank you very much. You're free to go.
Thank you.
Your next witness.
Haven Doucette, Your Honor. And how are you familiar with that case?
I am the permanency specialist.
Are you the original permanency specialist on this case?
No.
Does St. Francis in the normal course of business keep records in their cases?
Yes.
Are those records made at or about the time the events occurred?
Yes.
Do you have access to those records?
I do.
Are you a custodian of record?
Yes.
Have you reviewed this case file since you got it?
Yes.
And how long have you been on the case?
Since the end of September.
What is the department's first steps when they receive a case? Or excuse me, St. Francis, when a case is swapped over, what are your first steps in a case?
We meet with the parents to do assessments to begin creating a family plan.
And what are family plans of service?
Family plans of service are the services that the parents will work in order to complete for the child to return to their care.
Okay. And was that done in this case?
Yes.
Are the family plans of service, are they filed with the court?
Yes, they are.
Are those made orders of the court?
Yes.
And was that done in this case?
Yes, it was.
Did you receive the exhibits I sent out?
I did.
Do you have them pulled up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can you look at exhibit number 1?
Okay, I have it pulled up.
Can you tell me, do you recognize that exhibit?
I do.
And can you tell me what that exhibit is?
It's a family plan for Desiree.
And was this family plan of service, was it filed with the court?
Yes.
When was it filed with the court?
It says 1/25/2014 or 1/26, excuse me.
So January 26th of 2024?
Yes.
And does this, from your reviewing of the file, is this an accurate copy of the family plan?
Yes.
That was generated. Can you tell me what exhibit number 2 is?
It is a family plan for Christopher Morphus.
And is this an accurate copy of the family plan?
Yes.
And was it filed with the court?
Yes.
And when was it filed with the court?
It was filed on 1/26/2024.
Okay. And can you tell me what exhibit number 3 is?
Exhibit number 3 is the status hearing order and notice of next hearing.
Okay. And in the status hearings, is that when a family plans of service are generally made in order of the court?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'd ask to admit exhibit number 1, 2, and 3. They're the certified copies of the exhibits that were filed with the court in this case that were just testified to.
I hear no objection.
No objection.
No objection.
Thank you. 1, 2, 3 would be admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Seth, we'll start with Mom right now. What services was Mom court ordered to work?
She was court ordered to work to have stable housing, stable employment, to complete parenting courses, individual counseling, maintain a drug-free lifestyle, complete a psychological evaluation, complete an assessment at the Texas Panhandle Centers, and to complete rational behavior therapy.
Okay. When was your last contact with mom?
Yesterday.
Okay. And how were you able to get up with her yesterday?
She contacted me after not having contact with her in over a month and sent me her email address to respond to her to send her the link for today.
And did you do that?
I did.
You stated that was your first contact with her in a month?
Yes.
Okay. Did mom state, was this through an email?
It was through a text message.
Did she state where she had been and why she had not been in contact with you?
No.
Did she state where she was?
She did not.
Was the email address she sent you, was that a email address you already had, or was that a new email address?
It was an email address I had already had.
Okay. Did mom state anything else about the case in that conversation?
She just asked how Eloisa was doing.
Okay. Has mom had visits with the child in a while?
Her last visit, before we were unable to contact her, was on the 9th, October 9th.
Okay. So about a month and a half ago was her last visit?
Yes.
Had she been having, how long had her visits been going before that?
She'd only had one previous visit.
Okay. And why was that?
She provided us with a negative drug screen.
Okay. And prior to that, was there an order that she can't have in-person visits until clean drug screens?
Yes.
And since the beginning of this case and service plans were ordered, was mom compliant with her service plans?
No.
Did mom begin to work service plans?
Yes.
What did mom do to work on her service plans?
She attended and completed rehab.
Okay. Did she complete any of the services while she was in rehab?
She completed her parenting classes.
Okay. Was she able to complete any of the other services?
Not to my knowledge.
Do you know where mom lives?
I do.
Okay. Where is that? Is it in Amarillo?
Yes.
Have you been able to see mom at that address?
Yes.
When was your last time to see her there?
Exactly. It was on October 28th, and we've done a welfare check on her as well.
Do you know how long mom has been living at that address?
Since I've had the case, that's where she's lived since September, to my knowledge.
Okay. Is that when she finished the rehab program?
Yes.
Does she live by herself or with anyone?
She lives with her boyfriend.
Okay. Do you know his name?
Samuel.
Okay. Have you been able to do any background, or has he been cooperative with you?
I have not met with Samuel.
Okay. Were you able to go inside the house when you were there?
No.
Okay. Why not?
Miss Castella's just met me at the door and spoke to me then and didn't invite me inside.
Okay. Did you let her know there was a need to see the inside of a home?
Yes.
And she would not let you in the home?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, you told her that, and
yes, I told her there was a need, but no, she wouldn't let me in the home.
Okay. All right.
Sorry.
Is mom working?
To my knowledge, no.
Okay. Has she ever sent you any pay stubs or anything, or told you a place of employment?
No, just only interviews.
Okay. Part of her service plan to try to maintain stable employment?
Yes.
Do you know whether mom has maintained a drug-free lifestyle?
I am unsure. I have not received a drug screen from her since September.
So since she got out of rehab, have you asked her to drug screen?
Yes.
Has she gone to drug screen?
Yes, once.
Okay. And was that drug screen concerning, or was that?
It was negative.
Have you asked her to go since then?
I have.
And has she gone?
She is not.
Are drug screens that are not attended, are those considered presumed positives?
Yes.
I know you said there was a short conversation yesterday. Were you able to ask mom if she could screen or if she's been using?
I did not ask her, no.
So to this knowledge, you can't confirm or deny whether mom is living a clean lifestyle right now.
She has disclosed to me and Kayla Martinez that she did relapse prior to her negative drug screen.
Okay. Was that between rehab and her testing, or was that before she went to rehab?
Between rehab and her testing.
So just so I got the timeline right, you're saying she went to rehab, completed it, and then admitted to you that she relapsed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did mom ever do psychological?
No.
Did she ever go to her assessment for Texas Panhandle Centers?
No.
You stated that she did complete parenting class.
Yes.
Were there any other services that mom did not complete or was required to?
She did not complete her rational behavior training and her individual counseling.
Okay. Did she ever start them?
No.
Okay. Do you know whether she did any individual counseling while she was in rehab?
I am not aware. Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. You don't know if there was you never received her certificate of anything of any completion on that?
No, sir.
Swap over to dad. What services was dad ordered to do?
He was also ordered stable housing, stable employment, to live a drug-free lifestyle, to provide his own transportation, and then he was asked to complete an OZAR, to have a psychosocial evaluation completed, complete parenting classes, and individual counseling.
Okay. Do you know where he is currently living? Do you know if he has stable housing?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. Do you know, did he ever go to the, let's see. I apologize. Do you know if he is working?
Not to my knowledge.
When was your last contact with him?
Since being the permanency specialist, I have not had contact.
Okay. Do you know when the last caseworker had contact? Is it in the notes?
Yes, it should be. I believe it's in August.
Okay.
Yes, or excuse me, it was July 17th was when the last worker had contact.
Okay. Do you know whether he has transportation?
At the time, his mother transported him. He was with his mother.
Okay. Has he had any visits?
No, sir.
Throughout the life of this case, he's not had any visits?
No.
Okay. Has he reached out to try to get visits or to do what he needs to do to get visits?
No.
And we've been in this case over 6 months, correct?
Yes.
And you've offered the service plans that were ordered, made an order of the court, for him to work and to be able to get visits.
Yes, I mailed them to him, to the address I have.
And did he need to show a clean drug screen in order to get to his visits?
Yes, sir.
Has he ever done that for you?
No.
Have you been able to get in touch with them to try to send them for drug screens?
I have not.
Did the prior caseworker try to send them?
She did.
Did he no-show his last few?
Yes.
Has he ever drug screened for you?
No.
Did he complete the parenting class?
He did.
Okay. Did he do a psychological?
To my knowledge, no.
Did he ever do an OSAR for you?
No, sir.
Did he ever do rational behavior?
No.
So from the service plans point of view, neither parent has completed their service plans. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And the only knowledge of services that they have completed is what you have testified today.
Yes.
Now, we discussed this a little bit earlier, but dad was adjudicated. Is that correct?
Yes.
And he was adjudicated in an order and in a hearing in this court. Is that correct?
Yes.
Your Honor, I would ask to admit exhibit number 4. It's the certified copy of the permanency hearing order from this case and filed with this court stating that dad was adjudicated.
Or is admitted?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Sett, during the course of this case, has dad had any legal troubles?
Yes.
And do you know what those are?
I know that he's been in and out of jail.
Do you know what for?
No, sir.
Your Honor, I'd ask to admit exhibits 5, 6, and 7. They're certified copies of indictments and a complaint that's been filed against dad. Understand they are not convictions, but they would go toward the weight of dad's compliance throughout this case.
Any objections?
No objection.
No objection.
5, 6, and 7 will be admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Sett, do you have exhibits 5, 6, and 7 in front of you?
I do.
And can you pull up exhibit number 5 for me?
Okay.
At the top right corner, can you tell me what the offense is?
Possession CSG 1-1B less than 1 gram.
Do you know what that stands for?
Not exactly, no.
Okay. Possession of controlled substance, does that sound right?
Yes.
Exhibit number 6, I would just ask the court that the offense shows that it's a manufactured delivery of a controlled substance in a PG 1 greater than 1 but less than 4 grams. And that exhibit number 7 of the admitted exhibits is another manufactured delivery charge. Mr. Sett, are you asking the court today, and the department asking the court today, to terminate the parental rights of the mother, Desiree Casillas, as to the based upon the endangerment to the child as they were born positive and for failure to work services throughout this case?
Yes,
And do you believe that's in the best interest of the child?
I do.
And are you asking to terminate the parental rights of the father, Christopher Morphus, as to the child based upon also his failure to work services?
Yes,
And do you believe that's in the best interest of the child?
I do.
Where is the child placed currently?
She's in a kinship home in Amarillo.
Okay, and you said kinship home. How are they kinship?
She's placed with her older sibling.
Okay, and is this was this sibling adopted?
Yes.
Okay, so the child is placed with a biological sibling.
Yes.
How are they bonded?
They're very bonded.
How is the child doing?
She's doing very well. She's learning to walk and pull up. She loves trying new foods, and she thinks her brothers are the funniest people in the world.
And you believe it's in the best interest of the child to stay in that placement?
I do.
Is placement willing or looking at adoption on Eloisa if that becomes available?
Yes, they want to adopt her.
And do you believe that's in the best interest of the child to terminate the parental rights and allow the child to be adopted to grow up along its biological brother?
I do.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Morrow.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Duquette, did you state that the last time you spoke with Ms. Casillas was yesterday?
Yes.
And when you spoke with her, did she say that she intended on attending this hearing today?
She said she was alerted of the hearing and asked for the link.
Okay. And did you also inform her of our contact information and encourage her to contact her attorney?
I did not yesterday, but on 11/22, I left a note on her door encouraging her to reach out to you.
And did you ever receive a response from that note on 11/22?
I did not.
I'll pass the witness.
Mr. Morales.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. said, does St. Francis perform a background and criminal history check on Zachary or Kim Picard?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. Did the department do an evaluation of them, either one of them?
Not that I've read in the case notes.
Now, after your review, I guess let me get familiar. When the forms that are given to the parents to fill out and requesting an attorney are given by the investigator, at what point do they get handed over to St. Francis?
Will you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
So it's customary that the forms for parents to list relatives, to request an attorney, they're handed to the parents by an investigator. Investigator said in this case that sometimes she does the follow through, sometimes St. Francis does the follow through. At what point is it determined, that St. Francis takes over that role as far as investigating parents listed in this form? I'm sorry, relatives listed in this form.
Early on at the beginning of the case.
Okay. Do you have a discussion with the investigator as to what was done and what wasn't done as far as investigating into listed relatives?
Yes.
Okay. And in this particular case, do you know whether or not a conversation was had regarding Zachary and Kim Picard?
Not to my knowledge, no.
So without having an evaluation as required by law, the St. Francis wouldn't have any idea of whether or not Zachary and Kim have any of the child's other siblings or the condition of the home or anything like that, correct?
Correct.
And that's kind of the point of an evaluation and a background check, correct?
Yes.
Is there any reason why you know in this particular case that procedure was not followed?
From my knowledge, they were waiting for paternity.
Hang on a second.
We need to take a pause. That's our court reporter. So why don't we take about a 10-minute? Oh, you're back?
Yes, sorry, Judge. I got that tickle and it wouldn't stop. I'm back.
Well, do you need a little break? You okay? All right. Okay. Well, we're back on the record now. Okay.
And so, Ms. Taylor, are you ready? I'm sorry, I'm good whenever you go. I'm sorry. Okay, thank you. Ms. Doucette, just so I'm absolutely clear, and I'm sorry if I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. I'm in possession of a document that's titled Identity of Relatives Who Want to Be Considered for Possible Placement of Children. If it helps, it looks like this. Is that what St. Francis considers a proposed child placement resources form?
My knowledge, yes.
Okay. And so that was actually provided in this case by Mr. Morphus.
I am unsure as I wasn't the caseworker at the beginning.
Okay. You have access to the previous caseworker's records?
Yes.
Okay. And just so I do have it on the record, if you do have access to that, would you agree with me that Zachary and Kim Picard and their address, I'm not going to put it on Zoom, but their address and phone number were also provided on that form. And if you need a second to look at it, by all means, take that second. But would you agree with me that their information was provided?
Those forms are provided by DFPS.
But the content of the form is provided by the parent, correct?
Yes, sorry.
Okay. And so in this particular form, if you would take a second to look at it, I'm just asking, was Zachary and Kim Picard provided and their address and telephone number? And again, I'm not going to repeat their address and telephone number over Zoom.
Yes, it was provided, but Mr. Morphus was stated he was not going to cooperate with us until a paternity test was completed.
And I understand that, but regardless, does that statement alleviate St. Francis's duty to follow the evaluation of identified relatives and other designated individual placement requirements under the Texas Family Code?
Yes.
Okay. I'll pass the witness.
Let's see who have I got left. Oh, Miss Zavala.
Ms. Doucette, I want to make sure I'm clear. For mom, she only had 2 visits with the child?
Since the court hearing in September, yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so we had to wait until there was a negative test. And then why did visits stop?
The FSW would contact Miss Casielis and she would not respond, and she would go to her home to provide her a ride, and she would stop answering the phone.
So she was given opportunities to visit and chose not to.
Yes, ma'am.
Was that during the same time period where she was not showing up for drug tests?
Yes, ma'am.
I pass the witness.
Mr. Trout, any redirect?
Miss Doucette, you stated Dad did not, from your understanding at the beginning of the case, did not want anything to do with the case until he found out he was fathered, correct?
Yes.
Does the department normally try to place children with a possible family member until they find out they are a family member?
No.
If there may have been a very confusing question, the way to ask that question, but would a home study been run on a family member if you didn't know they were actual family member?
No, it would have not.
Okay. In that meantime, before paternity testing came back, was there a home study done on current placement?
Yes.
And that was approved?
Yes.
And so the child was placed with a family member, the sibling, prior to a paternity evaluation coming back on Dad?
Yes.
And the child's been in that placement since then?
Yes.
Okay. All right. No further questions. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Miss Naranjo.
No questions, Your Honor.
Back to you, sir.
Just briefly, Your Honor. Even with the home study and placement in another relative, is the department still not required to at least do a background and criminal check of any relatives that are designated by a parent as a potential relative or potential caregiver of the child?
Yes, we are.
And that was not done for Zachary and Kim Picard.
If it is brought to our attention, we will complete it.
I'll pass the witness.
Miss Zavala.
I have no further questions.
Thank you. So, Mr. Shep, did the Picards ever contact you?
No.
Do your records show that they ever reached out to St. Francis or to the department?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. Mr. Trout, your next witness.
No more witnesses, Your Honor.
Ms. Naranjo, any witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Morales, any witnesses?
No witnesses, Your Honor. Addressed.
Ms. Zavala?
No witnesses, Your Honor.
Anything further? Final arguments?
Rest and close, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I'd like to make a brief argument.
Okay.
After speaking with my client last week, he tells me that he had requested numerous times to both the investigator and his caseworker to have his child placed with his brother, Zachary Picard and Kim Picard. At a minimum, under 262.114 of the Texas Family Code, the department is required to at least do a background and criminal history check of any individuals listed as potential placement. They're also required to evaluate each person listed on the form to determine if the relative or other designated individual who would be the most appropriate substitute caregiver of the child and must complete a home study of the most appropriate substitute caregiver. In this particular case, they couldn't make that comparison with the current placement because they never made the effort to even contact these people. Judge, I understand that it is a good thing that the child is placed with a half sibling, but there are several other half siblings that are with the Picards. There are numerous cousins, aunts, and uncles. They could have had this child could have had access to much more biological relatives than just one half sibling. Now, again, the department may very well made the assessment that this current placement is the most appropriate, but that comparison was never even had. With that being said, I know my client's wishes. He understands, given the charges he's pending, that it'd be ridiculous to ask for any kind of possession and access, but he would like the department or the Picards to be named a PMC until the Picards could be looked into as an appropriate alternative placement. And that was his only request, Your Honor, because he'd like his extended family to have as much contact with his child as possible, and maybe when he can get on his feet, he could as well. But Your Honor, I do feel that the department did fail in this regard to even do a background check so that a comparison could be made in the first place. And with that, that's all I have, Your Honor.
May I respond?
May you respond? Sure.
Yes, ma'am. Your Honor, from what the testimony showed, it very well may have been an oversight in running the background on them and reaching out to them. However, that can still be done. That is not completely out of the realm right now. I don't think that has any bearing on the termination case against Dad. Family members that come forward or we can reach out to can always be run and looked at. And now that has been brought to the attention, that should be done, I believe. And so that can be done after this hearing. I don't believe it'd be in the best interest of the child to award the Picard's PMC at this time, just based on the fact that nobody knows anything about them other than his father's brother, from what he tells us. So I believe that can be looked into after the fact. I don't believe that has bearing today on the termination case.
Thank you. Ms. Naranjo, any last comments?
No, Your Honor, I'll rest and close.
Ms. Zavala?
Your Honor, I agree that any issue of the home study is kind of separate and apart from the termination. I do think it's in her best interest for parental rights to be terminated. And I have no objection to a home study being done on this family so that we can look at it.
Thank you. Okay. And does Mr. Morales, does this family live in Texas or are they out of state?
No, they do live in Texas, Your Honor. As mentioned, the address and phone number was provided in that form. I held back putting that on an open hearing, but it is a local address, Your Honor.
And I appreciate that, but we all know that we have the department and then we have St. Francis, and lots of things get lost these days. So I'm gonna take that, and you've noted it. It's on the record. So is there anything else?
Nothing further on my end, Your Honor.
Then the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to order the court, and I want it in this order or in a separate order, that they are to look into the paternal relatives, the Picards that are duly noted on the form that's been discussed quite extensively in this court today. Sorry, that home study, or at least interview with them, is to be done by St. Francis within the next 30 days. Definitely prior to any hearing that's held in this court after this hearing today. And even if the report's not written up, there needs to be something to be brought back to Judge Baker as to what the efforts have been.
Yes, ma'am.
As far as the case today, I do find that the department has met its burden in this case, and find that the parents' rights should be terminated. I do find that the mother's rights should be terminated under the following grounds. That would be Texas Family Code 161.001B1E, N, and O. I also find that the father's rights should be terminated under 161.001B1, N, and O. I find that both parents, that it's in the best interest of the child that their rights be terminated. So that would be brought forward in 161.001B2. I do find that the department at this time should be named the managing conservator of this child. And as I previously stated about the records should be looked at. So the child should not be moved from the area while this is all pending, which of course it will not happen because the child's already in a placement, but all right. Y'all help me. Been a while. Did I miss any of the points?
I'm assuming court-appointed attorneys will be released after
the appellate time?
Yes, ma'am, except for Ms. Zavala, who will stay on as the child's attorney.
Yes. And then Rachel, when will the hearing be after the final? Let's see if you have it on here. You do. You have the hearing set for February the 27th at 9 o'clock. Will be the permanency review after final. So that gives St. Francis their date that they need to have everything completed by, if not sooner, on the cards, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Witness, the exhibits may be withdrawn. Anything else? Okay. Well, I think you did. And Mr. Morales, to not have a client, you did a pretty good job. Made your point.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you.
I bet Ms. Doucette looks at that form from now on.
Thank you.
All right.
Hey.
Thank you all very